In the beginning, there were 4 sexual offence allegations against the comedian Russell Brand and no police investigation. Now, Scotland Yard says they've received a number more and they are investigating in London and elsewhere in the country. None happened recently and no one has been arrested. Mr Brand did do another of his online conversations today without mentioning the police investigation, but he has already insisted all his sexual encounters were consensual.
My objectivity has been strongly challenged over recent weeks, but I recognise that I am an insignificant individual in the scheme of things.
Not to his alleged victims, and tonight not to the police. It is more than significant that a newspaper and TV investigation into Russell Brand is now a criminal one too. This evening, the Metropolitan Police said in a statement, following an investigation by Channel 4's dispatches and the Sunday Times, the Met has received a number of allegations of sexual offences in London. We've also received a number of allegations of sexual offences committed elsewhere in the country and will investigate these. Those accusations relating to Russell Brand are said to be non-recent.
So what we think we've achieved here, hopefully, is that we have enabled women who have perhaps been holding this for a long time and keeping it secret and not feeling able to come forward. We've enabled them to come forward because they've seen that other women have made similar allegations in our paper.
It's just over a week since that journalist and others revealed claims of sexual assault and rape by Russell Brand between 2006 and 2013.
I was pushing him away, and he wasn't backing off at all.
Before the police launched their investigation, both Channel 4 and the BBC began their own, looking at the way their organisations handled his alleged conduct. The final shows of his UK tour have been postponed, and YouTube have also stopped him making money from his account.
Advancing surveillance and censorship, no matter what crime...
Which is why this one he has on another site called Rumble remains especially valuable. Tonight in a broadcast, Russell Brand skirted around the claims that he strenuously denies.
Obviously, I now in particular have a new experience on the way that the media and the state can cooperate and corroborate.
It'll now be up to others to determine the truth.
The difficulty for prosecutors is how they work through those complaints which are or may be genuine and which require a police investigation, and those which sadly do happen, which is as soon as people see these stories in the press, you get false allegations being made against the same individual. For a prosecutor, it's extremely difficult to be able to distinguish.
What's going on?
Doing that will take time. But tonight, for a man who made his career through comedy, the situation could not be more serious.
And so, Paul, this is a significant development. Clearly, we have the police investigating formally now. What changes and where does it go next, potentially?
Well, yeah, it's not just journalists investigating, it is now Met Police detectives. I don't need to state the significance of all of that. I think what's interesting about their statement today, though, was that they suggested that these allegations have come in from around the country, which may suggest that maybe women have independently come forward of one another, although the Met don't go into any detail on any of that. In terms of what changes, though, for Russell Brand tonight, I think not much, particularly in the past 24 hours. He's still broadcasting on this online platform called Rumble. Yes, on mainstream media, he's had his activity curtailed to some degree, but he's still got this platform where he continues to make this argument that there's an establishment conspiracy out to get him. He's repeatedly denied all of these claims, but he has sort of built them into this whole argument that there is this establishment stitch-up, if you like. And I think we live in an age now where there are people who will follow him loyally enough to believe all of that, even if charges are brought and even if he's prosecuted. And Rumble have made it absolutely clear that they will not be taking down that platform. They told MPs on the Culture Committee as much last week in no uncertain terms.